Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girls, Miss B and Keita. Hey girl,
Hey,
what you doing?
never listen to this podcast.
What podcast? The 415 podcast.
Yeah!
With Miss B.
And Kita.
Oil. I got you. So somebody said, yours is fresh.
Y'all know when I got mine. She said she was making it for her coworker. I saw her trying to get in there.
Dumb. You're dumb, son. You're dumb.
And
she got me this week.
Yeah, I did.
It's cool.
But
it's cool.
Word. Sorry for the airplane that's doing what it's doing, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Because, we in that transition from summer to fall up here in the Northeast. It's really nice and cool. That's 72 to 76 is my kind of weather. Not too hot, not too cold, like this in the middle, like that. I remember last year I was so scared to have my windows open. I think everybody was at that point. Somebody would, walk past coughing. I slammed that window down so fast. And they turn around looking who closed their window. Yeah, I did it. And then people who still spitting outside, like, I don't understand that. How you spitting outside? I don't get it. People who spit in garbages, I never understood that. How about you go get a piece of toilet paper, tissue, paper towel, napkin, whatever. Spit in that, wrap it up, discard it. How you just gonna spit directly in the garbage?
It's going in the garbage.
No. But from what we know, how stuff just goes in the air and all that stuff. Yeah, I can't. Just like people who sneeze but don't cover their mouth, people who cough and don't cover their mouth. Mm-hmm. The amount of miles that it takes for that sneeze and that cough.
Listen, I'd be coughing in my mask and I'd be like.
I see people with a mask on take it off to cough inside the store and cover their mouth up again. I'm like, I just live I live on a racetrack. That's where I live. Y'all hear all of that? I live on a racetrack. You got the airplane again. You got people who want to have the major big exhausts. They think they're a race car. Anyway, this is episode 160. What is this? 162. Toxic positivity, or as Keita would say, she forgot what she said.
Damn, I did. Something about toxic ass mother. Something about that. That's what it was. She told me I couldn't use it, so I just was like, whatever.
Just as a title.
It was long. And I was like, toxic motherfuckers. Yes,
yeah, just trying to come up with a title and trying to make it eye-catching, eye-grabbing is kind of difficult sometimes, but I came across this probably scrolling on Twitter or Facebook or reading some article, I don't know. So it was really interesting. I'm like, toxic positivity. Isn't that what they call it? Is that an oxymoron?
I heard of it before.
Because you're saying toxic and then you're saying positive?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that is? Is that what oxymoron is? I got to check because I want to make sure. But I feel like, yeah, a figure of speech in which apparently contradictory terms appear in conjunction. Faith, unfaithful, kept, and falsely true, as an example. So yeah, toxic positivity. That don't even sound right. It's either positive or it's negative. It can't be both. So what exactly is toxic positivity? I'm glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked. So it's maintaining that one should have a positive mindset and exude only positive emotions and thoughts at all times. And this is from positivepsychology.com. So basically it's saying, even though you feeling a way, you're upset, you're angry, you're pissed off, you're supposed to just tell yourself positive things and make yourself believe it, even though that's not how you feel. So think about like at work, you in situations where you know it's so toxic, like somebody's micromanaging, somebody's doing this, somebody's doing the most, and you are so pissed. And then somebody comes up to you, smile. I don't want to smile. How are you gonna tell me to smile when I'm having a bad day? I don't want to smile. So that's one example. Telling people to smile when it's the total opposite of how they feel. I think I've done that many a times where I pretended to be something else. Oh, another plane. Where they going?
I guess I've gone through that. Work doesn't really get to me. I don't know. Work, I kind of like brush work off my shoulders, like, oh, I'm not going to see y'all exploring. So it doesn't matter to me. Once I shut down the computer, I don't know what work is anymore. Okay. I don't know what the company is anymore. Okay. All I know is that I've done what I need to do for the day, and then whatever I didn't get done will get done tomorrow.
That's a good way to put it. I used to be like that, but in my line of work right now, it's a toxic environment. And by toxic, I'm talking about them giving you more work that's outside of your description. That's toxic because you're not paying me. You're not giving me a promotion. So I'm not getting a new title. But I have to take on more work when I'm already overwhelmed, underpaid, overworked, all of the above. That's toxic. The root word here is toxic. Toxicity, toxic positivity, toxic behaviors, toxic people, toxic, bad, negative, no good. So here is like a nice little screenshot that I found where it's saying like, you know how we always say good vibes only, even though we feel in a way, we try to.
I guess I got a rapper in the house, so use it. As if he doesn't know that, we're recording, but okay, it's whatever.
I can't hear anything, but yeah. So you say good vibes only when ish hits a fan. Or somebody be like, you'll get over it.
Oh yeah, I hate that. I hate that.
Being
I
negative.
think I'm up to here with your get over it. Like here. Like I'm so done with your get over it because I'm at a point in my life right now where I won't. And there's no more room for me to just store whatever's happening.
And by here, Keita was pointing to the top of her head.
Yeah,
here. For our audio, listeners. So yeah, I can't. The other one is like when people say being negative won't help you, complaining about it won't help you. Like some people have to talk about things in order to get over it. There are people like Keita who can just brush it off when it comes to work. I'm not that person. I got to have a conversation about it. And I got to talk to people who can identify and relate. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't talk to so-and-so and so-and-so because they don't understand this. They don't even work in this industry. So they will never understand the battles that I have to deal with on the regular, day to day. That's one thing I did learn. You can't talk to everybody about every problem. Certain people are experts in it or have gone through it and can help you get through it. So you got to be selective with who you share certain things with. And it's not that you're trying to keep it from your friends or whatever, but sometimes some other people can help you move forward. Just saying. You're not leaving your people in the dark. It's just knowing what they can offer you in certain situations.
It doesn't matter because everybody isn't privy to everything.
True. Right.
Let's be simple. Let's keep it buck. Everybody can't know everything.
Or here's the best one that people try to do. Other people have it worse.
Don't you think I know that? Don't you think I know that? But we ain't talking about other people. I'm talking about me. Okay?
Hello. I'm the one sitting here. I'm the one
my feelings.
with a migraine, a headache, stress, tight deadlines with no information. That's toxic. Last minute deadline, last minute changes, last minute whatever. Toxic. Wanting people to work 90-hour weeks. That's not even possible, but people do it. Telling people they got to be on call on the weekends. That's not what was in my job description.
Oh, no.
Toxic. Toxic.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Say that one more time. I can't. I'm sorry. The reception's bad here. And be like Trump. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to do it. No way. No how.
Mm. No. Or they say they don't even check the temperature of their team. That's toxic. No, you have somebody who suffers from migraines, and you don't even try to check on those people who have all this stuff going on. And then what's happening in the community, you're not checking.
Now, the migraine thing, you won't know unless they tell you so. And I only say that because I suffer migraines, right?
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying there's some people who make it known that they suffer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you're not checking for those people. Mm-hmm. Somebody was out sick yesterday. They come back. They don't even say, how you feeling today? You better? It's straight like, here's everything that I did for you yesterday. Figure all it out. Blah, 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 blah. Toxic. Oh, that's great, because my soup just hit me up today. Hey, boo, you feeling okay? Yeah, girl, I'm good. See, that's what, that's what I'm saying, man. Your leadership is everything. Yeah. And people don't understand that. Leadership is everything. When you have bomb leadership, you don't mind going the extra mile for your organization. You don't mind doing it because you know who you work for and how they're gonna have your back. You don't mind doing it. It's like, okay, whatever you need. But if it's somebody that just doesn't, they're not leadership material, they don't check on their folks, they don't have their folks back. It's like, what the fuck? No, I can't do no. Can you work? Nope, I can't do nothing for you. Can you? Nope, nope, can't do it. Nope, sorry. What's so funny is the people who get hired into management roles, director roles, supervisory roles, half of them, or maybe even more than half, don't even have the qualities to even be a good leader. Mm-mm. Half of them got in there because they knew somebody. Mm-hmm. Other people got in there because of the amount of years on their daggone resume. Mm-hmm. The years on a resume don't tell you what type of person you are. You could be a real crappy manager who don't really care about nothing, only about crunching numbers. And then you got those leaders who always be like, I'm the boss, what I say goes. First of all, it's a whole team. You can't do this job without us. So a toxic person, if you don't know, is anyone whose behavior adds negativity and upset to your life. WebMD said that. And I agree wholeheartedly, because I got a few of them things lingering right now. I just put on my IG the other day. I did like a little, I did a reel of me doing like some arm and leg exercise.
Child, let me tell you something. I want to say, who you mad at?
I was mean mugging.
Yo, she was in that camera like,
mean mugging.
Oh my, yo.
I was having a day at work, and the only way for me to get over it was to do that. I was hot.
Coming in hot.
Yeah. I was, yo. And I just realized, like, I have to put people in boxes and ship them out. No returns, nothing, because I'm not going to have a return address. If it get lost, because it's not coming back here. I'm trying to move people with their toxins and all of that mess out, because I just can't have those type of people around, man. It shouldn't be this hard to be friends with people. It shouldn't be this hard to do a certain job role. When you have great leadership, it's smooth, it's easy. When you have a great relationship with your manager and they understand how you work and how everyone on the team works, because not everybody works the same, and they don't try to mold you into the same, like everybody got to do it this way, this one way. When you have that type of guidance and that type of, management over you, it just makes it that much easier. And then I like managers who don't look at themselves like they're better than you. We're equal. You just get paid more. You just got a different title. But you respect.
You teaching me your stuff.
Exactly. You respect what I bring to the table. You understand? Like, you understand that without me, you can't do you, because you're waiting on my results to take your feedback up to your management, your boss. So if I don't do my side,
you're going to look bad.
So you should be wanting to do everything that you're supposed to do the right way, which is, interact with your team, like, do team check-ins, have team meetings. I'm not saying they need to be weekly, but I'm just saying, dang, quarterly, can we get that? And not have it to be a meeting about, BS. I really want a real meeting on the team, check-in temperatures. I really want that. Everybody tells me I should be a manager at some point. I was like, I don't know if I can deal with that. Because I already don't like people hitting me up right now in my personal life.
It's a difference, though. It's a difference, because you already know you already know, like, you doing your job right. You kind of be like, oh, this is good. But it's something different when you're teaching somebody and you're guiding somebody. You're like, yo, I really know what the hell I be doing. Like, yo, you be like, yo, dang, maybe I should. No, I don't want to do it. But you know your stuff, and you know who you are, and you know how you are as a leader, how you would be as a leader. So I only say that because I am trying to face my fear of that.
Keep going. Sis got ribs on. Keep going, Keita.
Yeah, I have my own fear of stepping into leadership and working on my personal development for leadership. So I understand it. It can be very it's a decision that can't be taken lightly, because you have to deal with so many different personalities. So, and that's my fear. That's my thing, because I know how I function. Dealing with other personalities, I'm like, girl, bye. This is so I can't be that. I can't have that brain if I decide to go into leadership.
Right.
I have to be like, okay, you're not just, this isn't you just having your head down at your desk. You're doing your thing, and you can, you leaving at 6 o'clock. This is actually, you're dealing with other personalities. You're dealing with other leadership. You're dealing with, it's a lot. And, child.
Yeah.
Lord, it's something. I get it.
Listen, and on that same, wave, I don't know if you heard, but this year, and it wasn't coined this year, it was coined, I want to say, in 2019, according to Inc.com. But have you heard of the Great Resignation?
Oh, no, wait. I think
so. The Great Resignation, you see a lot of people quitting. Like, pandemic really did a number on some people. Some people were stressed out of their minds. Some people, like myself, I wasn't stressed. I was happy to be home. I was happy not to have to commute on a train, 2 buses and all that. I was happy to be home and to really think about the things that I want to do. I think my pandemic started in 2021. I think from April 2021 to now was my pandemic, and it had to do with work. Like, everything that I battled at work is really leading me toward the Great Resignation. I'm trying to be on that same boat with everybody else, trying to get on. And what it's pretty much saying is how crazy the numbers are with people leaving. I've been seeing so many articles. If you are on LinkedIn, you see so many people saying, oh, I'm starting a new thing here. I just got this role. Yeah, I've been looking. There's so many articles. that are coming out, from people just fed up. People are fed up with the way interviews are led. People are fed up with the whole application process. People are like, why I got to do an application plus send in my resume and a cover letter? Like, what are you trying to do here? But I get it. Some companies want people to write cover letters because they want to know if you have great writing skills. And my thing is like, you want great writing skills, but we don't even have to write anything. So what is the point? But I'm going to give you a little cover letter. Got my little template and I just kind of tweak it here and there based on the role. Fine. The application, I understand why we have to do that because that's government. They got to get certain information. They got to ask certain, questions around like sponsorship, citizenship, and all that stuff. So I get it. And that normally, it used to be long. Remember when you couldn't populate it with your resume? Remember when you had to actually fill in? I'm dating myself, but y'all already know how old I am. But when there was a time when you had to fill in every job description, like from the beginning. Now you just pop in your resume or your LinkedIn profile and it literally populates. So I don't know why y'all mad. It don't even take that long no more. Come on, digital. So the millennials, I had a conversation with a couple of friends this week about like the millennials, I understand Keita and I fall in that millennial, but I think we're on the older side of it. But I'm talking about like those 25 to maybe 30 or maybe even 23. That group, they will go to a job and if they don't have the perks that they want, they're not getting the money they want, they're not getting the time off because they're not trying to work 5-day work weeks. They definitely not trying to work on the weekends. That's the party crew. They trying to be out living their best lives. They're trying to travel. They're not trying to be held down at a desk all day. They're looking for, in this case, like now that we're, remote, that's a good look. But the millennials are looking for more stuff, like more bang, So I give it to them. I applaud them because they're allowing us to really rethink how we, kind of look at staying on jobs. Because there was this thing where you need to stay on a job for at least 3 years before you can move. No, you can't. Remember when people used to stay on a job for 20 years, like our parents? They stay in the same role, not even get promoted. Some people be stuck, may not even get a big raise, but they stuck 20 years. That's it, because they waiting on a pension if it's a state job or a government job. You know what I mean? So it's different times now. So again, the millennials is putting on notice like, yo, it's toxic. The environment's not great. The amount of work that I'm putting out and the compensation is not matching what I'm putting out. I'm overworked. I'm not being heard. You're not taking into effect the things or taking into account the things that we've all been talking about. You put like the companies think they slick. We're going to put out a company survey. Okay, so y'all only share the good stuff. Y'all don't share the toxic stuff. They only want to talk about all the ones where the numbers are skyrocketing. They don't want to talk about the ones that's in the bad, or what they call in the red or in the black, whatever. They're not talking about those numbers. And that's the problem. The company's never going to change because they won't address those things. We're all saying
it depends. Those surveys work. I guess it's like you can't just talk about it one time and that's it. You have to keep putting it out there, because I know people from different departments, they have complained about the same stuff over and over until they got what they wanted.
And I have been complaining, and then nothing is changing. So kudos to that department, for pushing it, but it doesn't work everywhere.
No.
It does not. Because if your management is not doing anything, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to be escalated. You can tell your manager and they don't do confrontation. So they're not here for change, period. Their thing is like, you know what? You don't like it, you can just bounce. They already know the turnover rate is super high. That's going to be I'm going to start like asking that question, because I used to ask that question a lot in interviews, like, what is your turnover rate? And they probably don't even tell you straight up what it is. They probably give you some low number, but no, I want you to tell me the real deal. Why did this person leave? Because I know they weren't promoted. Why did this person leave? What was the main thing they were talking about that really made them say, you know what, I'm pulling the cord on this. I'm done. Because they want to grill us and drill us in these interviews, but they don't want us to turn the page or flip, and put it on them, because this is a two-way street. An interview is between two people. You trying to get to know me to see if I'm a fit for y'all, and I'm trying to get to know y'all to see if you're a fit for me. Because I need to know how long I'm gonna last there. Like, look, what y'all offering? So again, like the way I am right now, I am trying to reduce. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to, like, kill it all, but I'm trying to reduce the amount of toxic energies in my whole set right now. So I think that's why I wanted to have this topic talked about, because I'm over it. Over it, Kita. But just so you know, toxic positivity is real. It is. Okay, here's a good one. Toxic positivity in the workplace is the act of focusing on positive things while ignoring or suppressing the negative. Because we do that a lot. We suppress a lot. And as Black people, we know that way too well.
Too much.
I mean, come on. Come on now. Like, we got a lot of work to do still. I love that the company's like, yeah, we just hired, a new diversity, equity, and inclusion. Please congratulate a Black person. And the ones that I've seen, I think, is like mostly like Black women. I feel like I only seen like maybe one or two men, but they crack me up when you talk about diversity. It's almost like they like, well, we got 5 Black people here. I didn't ask you to count. That's not what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, I got 5 Black friends. The fact that you know how many is a problem.
Yeah.
That's sad.
That's sad. I got 5 Black friends. I got one in they all out of town. Oh, really? Okay.
So how do we, I don't know if we can fix it, but how do we reduce the amount of toxic positivity? So I'm looking at another article like on bustle.com, and they're saying like, you got to laugh at yourself and your mistakes, slow down and practice self-care. I think me and Kita do that pretty well, self-care. Like, we understand the importance of that, like kind of turning off certain things and people and, platforms. We know how to do that now. We get that.
It's about standing in your truth. Standing in your truth. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. I'm not feeling this. Don't make you like your body naturally rejects things.
Yeah.
And sometimes we fight against our body because we're like, no, this is not something we should be doing. Or no, I shouldn't feel this way. I feel bad. I feel guilty. If you feel guilty about something because you feeling bad and you feel guilty about not showing up or not performing in a certain way, you gotta stop doing it. You gotta stop, because guess what? At the end of the day, them folks ain't gonna care about you.
How many times you tell somebody?
Family, job, whoever. You gotta take the time for yourself.
You are replaceable. You are replaceable. I was
in every avenue.
Listen, again, when I tell you this topic is so on point and on time, I woke up this morning and I was on YouTube, and this Asian guy, he's from China. He was talking about, his parents being immigrants and being taken advantage of because they didn't understand the language. So people really taking a lot from them. But he spoke English, but he didn't speak up. But I think, he was a kid at the time, so I wouldn't expect any kid to. So when he got old enough, he really worked hard in school to get like that big, high paying job on Wall Street, because that's a lot of people's dreams to get on Wall Street. And out the gate, he was making 120K, right? So, one day, I think he was just like going through kind of the stuff that we all battle right now. And mainly what I'm battling is, you're overworked, you're doing all this crazy stuff, having to work 10, 12-hour days and not getting more money or the promotion or whatever. You're at a ceiling. So he said one day he was walking down the hallways, like when they were in office, and he would see this guy, and he said the guy's name, he would just say it's John or whatever. And he and John weren't friends, but he would always say, hey, how you walk past, you just say, hey, you don't know him like that, but they work in this department. So he was like, one day he didn't see John no more. He said he doesn't know what happened to him, if he passed away or if he lost a job, if he was fired, whatever the case was. But his whole thing was the fact that this guy is no longer here and nobody made an announcement. Nobody let us know what happened to this man. And they kept moving forward as if nothing changed or nothing happened. That's a big deal. That's a problem. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. They don't care. You are replaceable. They're going to keep doing business as usual. Mm-hmm. That's it. They always like in like the corporate setting outside of healthcare, they always say, we're not saving lives here, but you make it seem like we are, because everything is a right now urgency. The only urgency that should be happening is in hospitals. Mm-hmm. That's where the urgency should be, not over here. You worried about little things that can be held off for another couple of days. Mm-hmm. You want to push stuff out and it's not even 100%. That doesn't even make sense. So now you're giving like trash to the users. Like, come on. Mm-hmm. All because you want to meet a deadline. Deadlines are there just for a reason, so you can be on point, and be leading up to something. But you can always change a deadline. You can. It's possible. Especially if you're trying to give great quality products, services, or whatever you're selling. I'm just saying. So that guy, he said he was in his feelings, like too busy trying to, compete with everybody else, saying, well, I was here until 11 last night, and I got a company car and I got dinner paid. Like, that's big for people to be like, I got a company car home, but you worked all day. You've been there since 8 and now you're leaving at 11. Mm-hmm. That's a problem. I was there before. I did that, work until midnight. I've done that. So he said in that moment when he was working all those crazy hours, his mom called, because he didn't have an afterlife, after work life. He just would get home whenever he get home. But his mom was like, I made dinner and I want you to come over. The way he flipped on his mom as if she was saying something out of character. Mm-hmm. And he went back to doing his normal thing. But his mother was still the same when he came later on, because he decided he should just show up. He quit his job because he realized that the job was changing him into something bad, negative, toxic. And I say all that to say, these companies, these jobs will do it if you let it. It will have you going insane, which is why I said this pandemic woke a lot of people up. Woke some folks up. They realize the stuff that they're doing, they're not being compensated, they're not being appreciated, they're not being praised, recognized, nothing. They want you to just be in this constant, what they call it, hamster wheel. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get off of that. You over here, I'm trying to go that way. So, toxic, gotta go. Family, friends, work, cut it off. Family, yes, you can cut off family. I have. and still. They say you can't choose your family. Bye-bye. But I can tell you can't call my phone no more.
Block.
Listen. Protect your positive. Protect your energy. Protect your safe space, which is your mind.
You got to. Because you don't know the one who got to live with it.
Facts.
Remember that.
Facts.
Remember that
shit.
You the only one who got to live with it, Shawty. Nobody else but you.
Got that right.
That's your mental. Not theirs. They don't know what's going on in your head.
Oh, we about to put that, check your mental right there. We about to put that there. Mm-hmm.
Nobody else knows what's going on with your mental but you. And if you allow somebody else to tell you that your mental, what you're dealing with is wrong, or that what you're feeling isn't correct or isn't valid, you need to cut it off.
Yes. Shoot. But yesterday marked 20 years since 9/11 hit. 20 years. 3,000 or more people lost their lives that day. Of those 3,000 plus, I lost two church members. One was a firefighter. I still can't believe that happened. I remember it clear as day, like it was yesterday. I knew exactly where I was.
I know I was in Miss Pretlow's class, my business class in Deep Creek High School. And we was watching the news because you get to watch the news in high school these days. Got to watch the news, and I was like, "Yo, why is the Pentagon on fire?" I said, "This a movie?"
Right.
And that's when they let us watch it, and I was like, "Yo, what the heck?"
Yep. And I was getting.
Oh, my bad.
No, you wasn't finished. I was like so excited to start.
And where I'm from, that's like where I'm from in Virginia. They have the largest naval base on the East Coast. So imagine how we feeling. Like, yo, we could get attacked at any time, but we got the largest naval base on the East Coast. Yo, I wasn't scared. I was just like, I got
on edge.
Anything like this is crazy.
Yep. I was my freshman year on getting ready to go to class. And I always turned on the Today Show because that's one of my favorite shows to watch. Always turned on Today. And I'm like, oh, what movie is this? Like, this is
right.
And then I look at the top right, it say live. I said, you lying. I said, nah, they lying. This a movie that's showing that it's live on the movie. This no. No, so I went on right to school. I was like, nah, y'all lying. Then I see, like, as I was getting ready to turn off, I see the next plane coming into the second. I said, nah, I know. When I saw people jumping out the building, I still didn't believe it. I said, no. But when I got to campus and the campus was shut down and my cell phone, because remember, we had flip phones back then. The flip phone, none of the phones was working. Everything was knocked out. Everything. Yo, it's gonna forever feel like it was yesterday. There's people who've been passing on like years later because they were exposed to, I don't know, like asbestos or whatever that was. There was one, they had like a picture of this one Black woman who was covered in all the debris. She had just passed away, I want to say maybe 2-3 years ago, something like that. Can't remember her name. But it's just like the aftermath is real. There's a lot of people who are dealing with it till this day. So 415 is going to do a little quick moment of silence for those fallen. And that's the episode, y'all. It's the 415. Go big or don't. Be kind. That's it. Peace out.